Hey y'all, I am journaling, taking a little break from work, and I am journaling. This is one of the tools that I use, one of the main tools I use to release instead of holding on, harping on things, having it constantly play in my mind, because it will play, and it will get stuck up there. So, and it'll, just interrupt my day, my mood. I can feel it physically, physiologically in my system. So I've learned over my years to journal and get it out. I have journaled since I was younger, but now I do it intentionally for a mental health tool and a healthy way to identify, process, work through, sit with, and release what is happening on the inside. Triggers that caused it, annoyances. Most times it's annoyances in people. I often, also triggers, right? Triggers. So the more I get it out here, onto here, the more it's out of here, okay? And it's not constantly running cycles in my brain and causing brain ruts. So I took a moment out of my workday to do this because I have been trained and conditioned to push through the pain, push through the hurt, suck up the emotion. It's just how I was raised, the family, the neighborhood I came from. It's just you suck it up and deal with it. I often say suck it up, buttercup. But that's because that's how I was raised. It wasn't really processing your emotions in a healthy way. It was tough cookie. Okay, people got it worse than you. Deal with it, move on. Don't harp on it. So because of that, I leaned into so many other things that were unhealthy coping mechanisms. And a lot of people do that, right? Because we struggle to process our emotions, our feelings. And so we lean to different vices because we struggle to process. So what I find is journaling really, it's like magic, just putting it on paper, getting it out. And as you're writing, the magic happens. You get to get out your initial feelings about it, and then you process as you write. So it's beautiful to see how, it's fascinating to see how you go from being heightened with emotion, processing, and your emotion come down, and you regulate yourself. You regulate your mind, you regulate your nervous system, and that helps you have clarity in your mind, and then you can focus on your day. What I know is that when you just push through, it's still playing in the background. Sometimes your mind diverts. Your body remembers it. Your body carries it. When you try to go to sleep, your brain brings it up and is trying to solve the problem and address the thing that you were holding on to that you didn't fully process. So what I've been learning in my own journey to get it out, don't hold it in. Because I was this close to keeping it in and just going on to my next thing. I ate lunch, and usually what mine looks like when I have heightened emotion is finding something sweet, something chocolatey, and something funny. And I'm usually watching something funny while I'm eating something sweet and chocolatey. And ain't none of them things. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with laughing. But if I'm laughing and eating chocolate and ice cream to mask my emotion, that becomes problematic because I'm using it as a crutch instead of actually taking care of myself. And then I'm causing myself other problems because I'm putting things in my body over time, compounding negative impacts. It will impact me, my brain, my skin, my weight, my health. Watching TV nonstop to escape my reality. I've been doing that since I was a little girl. It was my way of escapism. I didn't know that word when I was little, but I did know that I used to escape. I would say that because it was chaotic in my world. And so watching any type of superhero, family, fun sitcom, like those were the kind of things I escaped to. But then it became like my pacifier, it became my crutch, it became my vice. to watch some good TV, escape into these false realities or the reality I wish my life looked like while I enjoy some chocolate and some ice cream. So all of that to say, I have learned this about myself. I already knew that about myself, but now I have been on this journey of learning healthier coping mechanisms, and it's not easy because you naturally gravitate towards doing what you have conditioned yourself to do, what you've been conditioned to do, and you have to shed. You have to shed what no longer works for you. And I'm making these faces because it's like that, y'all. You gotta shed it, and it's not comfortable because dealing with your feelings, triggers, emotions, the feels, you just don't want to sometimes. Just don't want to. Just don't want to. I just want to be done with it. I don't want to think about it. I just want to move on, act like it never happened. But the problem is your brain and your body remembers that it happened. And until you process it, your brain and your body is going to keep on reminding you of it in one way, shape, or another. And see, I have learned to value getting the stuff out of my head and my body and have a regulated nervous system so I can get me some good sleep, y'all. For me, it's the most important thing, some good sleep. And actually, when you think about holistic wellness, your sleep. I've been teaching on that for a long time. Your sleep is so crucial. But what impacts your ability to be able to get high quality sleep is you being in a regulated state. And child, I just thought me being in a regulated state was just like overcoming PTSD and all of that and all my fears. But y'all, no, it's also dealing with these little micro mini stressors that come up throughout your day when you're at work, with family, when you're in the car, somebody tick you off and you don't process it, and you carry that, and then you go to work and somebody tick you off and you don't process it, and you go to a meeting, a partner meeting, somebody tick you off, you don't process it, just all the things. And then you might come home, or you might get a phone call, bill collector, you might see a piece of mail that is like, oh, one more thing, somebody else got their hand in my pockets trying to take my hard-earned money. Y'all, that's called compounding. It's compounding stressors. And when you have compounding stressors and you don't deal with them, the little micro offenses that you have throughout the day, they build up. I know this from experience. And eventually your brain and body will say, okay, it's enough. It's time to deal with it. So I'm coming here to be honest, because I was not about to deal with it. I went and sat down, put on my stuff, about to knock out my next project. Because I got 2 more things on my list to accomplish today, and I'm gonna get it done. And I'm like, I just want to get it done. I ain't got time to be sitting here thinking about my thoughts, my feelings, processing. But that's what gets us trapped. And as somebody who teaches wellness, it's also, like, I teach it because I get it, I live it, so it's easy for me to teach it. What's hard, though, is sometimes taking my own advice because it's uncomfortable. But that also makes me a great coach, a great teacher, great educator, a great peer support, because I get that. I completely understand. Some people it's easy to know, others it's not. Some of us grew up being taught and welcomed and encouraged to process. Others, we've learned to process in a different kind of way. And sometimes, a lot of times, not healthy. So, because I want the best for myself and I'm worthy of being in a regulated state as much as possible. Like, I want to be able to be in a regulated state like 99% of the time, 99% of my life. I know that's a big one, but I want to be safe and regulated the majority of my day, the majority of my life, because being in a dysregulated state is not good. It don't feel good. It's exhausting. It's draining, and it can trap you in that. So that's it. That's all, y'all. I gotta get back to work. I gotta finish processing. I already started. Like, I got a page that's almost filled, and I did start feeling better for, like, good enough for me to actually turn on my camera and start recording a little bit just to share with y'all how that helped, because I was not about to do it. I was about to just get to work and not deal with it. Most of us do that. We just keep pushing past, pushing through. But remember that your brain and your body remembers, and it's eventually gonna come out. And you don't want to snap at people. You don't want to snap at people at work. It's not good for you. It's not good for the workplace. So to prevent that, take care of yourself. You don't deserve how people treat you. It is not your fault. It is not okay. But you are your number one responsibility. So you got to do what's best for you. You got to take the time to take care of you, to process any triggers, any offenses, any heightened emotions, any dysregulation in your system. Sometimes you may or may not know what to write. Sometimes your writing might be big and bold, exclamation line, like you're yelling. It's better to get it out on the paper than for you to spaz out. You don't want to spaz out. You don't want to spaz out. You want to get it out, right? Get it out at a low level. This is an inexpensive way to have therapy, to do some self-therapizing. You can therapize yourself simply by journaling and getting it out. I still have a therapist though, so I'm gonna be seeing her on Thursday. It's my OCD therapist. I'm gonna see her Thursday morning, so we'll talk. But at least I'll be able to process and take care of me in this moment, because you can't always be on the phone with your therapist, and you got to be able to have these tools to help yourself. And so I'm helping myself in this moment, and I'm just dropping this here to encourage you to help yourself too. Take care of yourself, love on yourself, have grace for yourself. Life can be challenging at times. So in those challenging times, when you just are surviving, you are in chaos, you just don't know what to do, you're doing the best that you can do, find time for you. And I know we got these jobs and be like, you short on time. No, prioritize you, because what we know, what research says, is that if the employees are not well, productivity, the bottom line, their bottom line fiscally, is negatively impacted. It slows productivity. It increases errors, which increases costs, and all of that impacts their bottom line fiscally. It also creates high turnover rates, because people will eventually leave if they can't be well where they are. And the retention rates drop, which all costs organizations money when they constantly have to hire, and retrain. So for the businesses that are out there, it will behoove you to make sure you build in time, allow the staff to actually utilize the 2 15-minute breaks if you got more or whatever, to be able to take care of yourselves and not have to get back on the line or get back to work for productivity purposes. Your life is more valuable than a business's productivity goal, okay? So you take care of you, because again, you are your number one responsibility. And so I'm doing what I told y'all, what I shared with y'all. First person experience, not a therapist. Should have been. Not a therapist. It's just me having a human experience, sharing with y'all what I know that works, and also being transparent and let y'all know I don't be wanting to do it either. I be wanting to knock my stuff out and lock in on that and not deal with it. But you feel so much better when you do, and you're in a healthier state, and you don't spaz on people. Do it for you. You deserve that. You're worthy. You're worthy of being in a regulated state. You're worthy, okay? In a healthy state of mind, in a healthy being. You're worthy. Okay, that's it. That's all. Let me finish so I can transition back and knock out the rest of my day. See, it was worth it. I feel good. It's out. I could write a little bit more, but I might be done. We'll see. I might want to write something else. But I hope this helped. Drop in the comment section if you find that journaling helps you. If you found another trick that you want to share with people that has helped you, that we might not be aware of, that helps you regulate yourself. I'll also tell you, when you journal and get it out, it also helps with your breathing. It also helps. The stress compounds. It gets heavy on your chest. So it helps you breathe. And when you're able to breathe and get some space, your brain is able to come back, your thinking solution brain is able to come back online. Okay, so journal, breathe, take care of you in those moments, excuse yourself, It's better for you to just go take it out on a piece of paper, go walk, talk to God, yell, God, you better get him. You better get him, but I do. Like, be honest, process in a healthy way. Process in a healthy way. That's it. That's the focus. Take care of yourself and live well long by taking care of you. Okay. Bye, y'all. Enjoy the day.